Today we're going to basically have a look at my eyeshadow collection, or palette collection I should say, and also declutter at the same time. So I'm going to get right into it because there's quite a few palettes. That's the first one I want to start off with is this one. This is by Sugar Pill. This is the Cold Chemistry palette. I'll take it out of its packaging here. You can buy these individually. So just open it up. So these are the colors here: Shooting Stars, Diamond Eyes, Elemental Chaos, and Subterranean. These babies aren't going anywhere. I'm actually looking to get more of Sugar Pill collection, to be honest with you. The pigmentation in these are beautiful. This particular palette is not going anywhere. Okay, moving on. So this one is relatively new to my collection. I purchased this I believe in September when I went to California. I picked it up at one of the Sephora's there. This is by Pretty Vulgar, sorry, this is the Nightingale palette. This contains a mixture of mattes, shimmers, I want to say a little bit more metallic-y kind of colors, but you have your good range of highlighters, base shades. You have a mid-tone here, you've got some dark ones down here. Really good for kind of a smoky eye palette, as I think it's meant for. And it reminds me, it's very reminiscent of the Naked 2 palette, to be honest with you. There, put it in frame so you can see all of them. So this is not going anywhere. So this is a NARS duo. This is Alhambra, I think it's called. I want to say that right, hopefully. This is a pinky gold and then a golden color, golden brown, I guess you could say. They're beautiful. I tried this the other day because I wanted to be sure how I felt about it because I hadn't used it in a while. And it looked okay. I have colors that are very similar to these. I'm going to get rid of it, unfortunately. It's beautiful, but yeah, it's time for me to move on with it. Okay, moving on. This is the Naked palette everyone should be familiar with here on YouTube. This is the first, I think, real palette that I purchased, I want to say, but I could be wrong on that. Beautiful array, I guess, of neutral type colors. I'm not really willing to part with it quite yet, to be honest with you, so that one's going to stay around. Another one from Urban Decay. I think I have a lot of Urban Decay palettes. I love the packaging on this. I can't remember what the name of this was. Same idea. I have a lot of these kind of colors. This is a really pretty color, deep end. You know, the blackout is okay for black. I just have a lot of colors within this kind of color spectrum that I don't think I really need to keep it. Now, I do like the box and the packaging, and luckily with this you can remove the top layer and it's this flat palette. So I might just get rid of the colors but keep the box because I, could use it for something else. So this is going to go. Okay, let's move on. Next one here is Lorac, and this is the Unzipped Gold. So this is a little bit disappointing because I went to my first trip to California this year to an Ulta specifically to search out this palette. Well, the Unzipped palettes. I was still debating between the gold and the original. While this has some really pretty colors in it, I do find that they all have a tendency to show up fairly the same. It's a shame because I really wanted to like this palette. I heard so many good things about it, but I find the formulation is not that great. I think I might just pass it along to someone who might appreciate it a little more than I. So that's gonna go. Okay, next is another one from Urban Decay. This should be, familiar to people, I hope. This is the Gwen Stefani collaboration. I still even have the plastic on the mirror, oh my god. I don't want to blind people. I know it's hard to tell. Sorry guys, I'm using natural light right now. It's super sunny. So this is an interesting one because if you look at it and you take away these kind of colors down here, it looks just like a normal neutral kind of palette, right? Well, gosh darn sun. I shouldn't begrudge having the sun, but when you're trying to do stuff, it's hard. Anyway, so beautiful neutrals, blonde, bathwater, skimp, are really nice. Steady is a really beautiful color. Baby is really nice. And then you have a nice mixture of mattes here, Punk. And then you have these colors, Danger, 1987, and even Harajuku, which I'm not a big fan of pinks, but look really pretty. Again, you have Blackout, which I think is a mainstay in a lot of palettes in terms of blacks for Urban Decay. Again, not the blackest of blacks that I own, but for the sake of the packaging, the collection, or the collectability, I guess, of it, this isn't going to go anywhere. Okay, next is this Balm Voyage by The Balm. And I have to say I don't own a lot from The Balm. And I don't know if it's because I find the price point a little bit on the higher side for the quality. I don't necessarily enjoy their shadows, but to be honest, this is really the only palette and shadows that I own from them. This has a nice mixture of mattes, and then you have some nice satins, and you have some shimmers here as well. Beautiful, beautiful array too of colors. So the C4 is a nice unique shade, but I think I purchased something very similar to that in Inglot, so I would want to keep it just for that. D3 is pretty. They're all pretty colors, but again, I just don't find myself reaching for it, and it's hardly even been used, and I think they have new packaging for it as well, and the shadows are a little bit smaller. I don't know if they're even the same colors, but they're really pretty. So again, I might just pass this along to someone who may appreciate it a little bit more and get more use from it. Okay, next is the Rockin' Rebel by MAC. This is a fairly new to my current collection. This has, as you can see, a beautiful mix of like blues, grays, shimmers, a beautiful highlight. This isn't going anywhere. This was one of the ones that I think, I want to say sold out the first in their little collections they had of the different kind of girl personalities, or personalities, I don't want to say girls, and again, this isn't going to go anywhere. Okay, let's move it on. I'm getting the red blinky light of battery. Again, this is another one from NARS. This is a little bit older, so I'm just gonna get rid of it just because it's older and I'm not using it. Pretty colors. This is Clio. Yeah, it's going. Okay, next here, this is the Anastasia Prism. I purchased this, I think, in October or November. I like it. Yeah, it's not going to go anywhere. I enjoy the colors, I enjoy the combinations, I enjoy the blendability of it. I don't know why it gets flack. I think people are just a little harsher now because of subculture. I enjoy Sphere, Lure is really pretty, Obsidian is Dimension is nice. These two up here, Unity and Eden, are beautiful, so I'm going to keep that. Okay, moving along. Okay, Urban Decay Vice 2. Love this packaging. It's so, so pretty. And I'm going to blind people, I know. This has a cool mixture of... Next is another Urban Decay palette. This is the Vice 2. I love the jewel tones in here. It's super pretty. They're really pretty colors in here. I really don't want to get rid of it quite yet. So we'll see how I play with that. This is a photorealism. I like this because the colors in it are fairly unique. I don't see a lot of these kind of sagey kind of green tones. And I like that it's a cool tone little palette. MAC has a special place in my heart, so I'm very, very reluctant to kind of get rid of anything that's from them except for foundations, because I do like to collect. So this really isn't going to go anywhere, purely on the uniqueness and the color that I don't have in my collection. So this is going to stay. This is the Amber ×9. I love these colors, especially with my eye color. And they have cork, rice paper, which I have a part of already, or which I already have in my collection, I should say. And then there's some new colors there. So this isn't going. Tropic Cool ×9, sorry. I enjoy the color selection and the combination here. I'm gonna keep them, see how they perform. If I don't like them, I'll back to MAC them. This is a great little cool neutral palette. This is All Woman. The white is pretty stark, so I don't get a lot of use of that, but I like these kind of colors here. That's not going anywhere. And then last of the quads is one I think called Laundry Days. Again, these colors aren't in the regular core collection unless they've added them, and unbeknownst to myself, these aren't going anywhere. Okay, next, Naked 3 by Urban Decay. I had high hopes for this, being all kind of the rose gold and so forth, which really works nicely with my eye coloring. I find no matter what color combination I use, they all come out looking the same. And it's a shame because there are some really pretty colors here, but they just don't show up different enough on my skin. So I will be gifting this to someone. It's barely used, and someone else might just use it and get more love out of it than me. Okay, next are the two Makeup Forever palettes. I have, this is number 1, more neutrals, but it's all shimmery. There's no mattes in it. There's a dark black down here, but I have a lot of these colors already in my collection. Don't use them, and I have similar colors. So this is this number 2. I think I was drawn to like this kind of colors right here because these are again are very neutral, but they're all shimmery, and I can find duplicates for these colors except for this pink. This pink is pretty bright, but I think I'm just gonna get them gone. This is the Metal Matte palette from Kat Von D. This was last year's offering. Offering, it sounds like I'm sacrificing something, but anyway. Anyway, this isn't going anywhere. Let's cut to the chase. These two are Naked Basics, and while they are basic, they are great for traveling. I like to bring them with me. They give you all the mattes you need, a little bit of satin, a great highlight. There's cool and there's warm. These are great. This next one is a little quint. So there's 5 colors here. You've got a beautiful purple, a gray kind of taupey color, dark brown, a gray highlight, and a pinky color. Don't use the pinky color, probably one ever will, but I do enjoy that purple. It's absolutely stunning. I don't have many Dior shadows, but I do love this. This is in the Mystic Smokies. I don't even know if they make it anymore, but I really like it, so I'll hang on to that for a bit. Next from Urban Decay is the Electric palette. This is brand new. This isn't going anywhere. Haven't even swatched it or played with it yet. I got it from the Nordstrom rack. It was on sale, and yeah, so that's not going anywhere. This is a new edition again. I just received this. This is the Lorac Mega Pro 4. And I like it because there's colors in here that I just don't have in my collection, nor have I seen in many collections. I'm excited to play with this, so this isn't going anywhere. This one is from Kat Von D. You can tell probably her beautiful artwork. I believe this is Chrysalis, and the cousin or brother or sister to that would have been the Monarch. Pretty, I don't use it. This is nice for a crease, in the crease transition color. Beautiful blue and kind of a, I think it's like a deep navy. I just don't use it. Someone else might appreciate it. Yeah, it's unfortunate because I love the artwork, but I can't keep something for artwork's sake only. So I might give that away to someone. The Shade and Light palette, again by Kat Von D. I'm a big fan of her eyeshadows, to be honest with you. Okay, and beautiful mattes, beautiful neutrals, cools, and warms. So that's fantastic to have, I think, in anyone's collection. That's not going anywhere. And then my poor little Viseart, I just purchased this, but I dropped it the other night, and They're all loose in there, but not really damaged. So these are all mattes. This is the neutral matte palette. Beautiful. I understand why people love them. I don't know if they still warrant a $100 Canadian price tag, but so far so good. It is fairly new to me, so again, that's not going anywhere. Very similar to the Kat Von D Shade and Light in terms of color and color pairing. Next is the Lorac Pro. I want to say eyeshadow palette from Lorac. Beautiful mattes, shimmers. Great if you just, you know, if you want a neutral look, easy to wear, great for night, great for day. Formulation isn't my favorite, I'm gonna be completely honest, but I heard the Mega Pros are better, heard this is better than the Unzipped, so I do like them, but I have to be careful with how I use them because they can become muddy if you use too many colors. Modern Renaissance by Anastasia. Everyone loves this palette. It's great. I think it's beautiful. I love the fact that it's a unique palette. Although I would have to say it didn't start this kind of warm color. I feel like the Venus palette from Lime Crime did, which needs to get credit. It kicks up a lot of shadow, but it's a beautiful palette. Next is Natasha Denona. This is her Holiday 5 pan. This is Aries, I want to say. Yeah, Aries. And then Joya would have been the other one that didn't have this blue. Very soft shadow. I feel like there's probably a lot of silicone in it because unfortunately it fell victim to falling last night, and now these shimmery ones are very loose in the pan, and I'm very scared to to maneuver it, and yeah, so anyway, these are gorgeous. They're not going anywhere, and I'll be very delicate with you. Sorry, baby. Okay. And next is the Kat Von D Shade and Light. This isn't going anywhere, so I'm just going to show it to you because it's part of my collection. I love the presentation of it. The colors, yes, while I understand can be a little intimidating, they're beautiful. They're not going anywhere. These reds and pinks in here are just beautiful, and while there's not a mid-tone really, maybe this one in Martyr, but it's just stunning. Beautiful. Is that it? I think that's it for my eyeshadows. Anyway, I didn't get rid of a ton, but I did get rid of some, and I hope you enjoyed this. I'm going to be continuing this series to purge me of my makeup, and so I can make room for what I have and potentially some more. I know I don't need any more. Anyway, next will probably be blushes and lipsticks and single eyeshadows. So thanks for watching, guys, and hope you're having a great weekend. Bye!